The first sentence in this parajumble starts with, many animals possess protective markings to avoid predation, including patterns to reduce the risk of detection, to indicate that the animal is toxic or inedible, or to mimic another animal or object. So the sentence basically talks about protective markings that animals have. Going down to the options to look at a mandatory pair for A, if you see sentence C, it says, in addition, many creatures such as butterflies, moths, and fish possess two or more pairs of circular markings, often referred to as eye spots. So this looks like a logical continuation to sentence A because it seems to carry on with the theme of protective coloring, right? And talks about another special form of protective marking known as eye spots. If you now look at, if you now take C as the opening sentence of this parajumble, then my choices are now reduced to option 1 and option 4. Option 1, C, B, E, D, and option 4, C, D, B, E. Looking at B, does it form a mandatory pair with C? B says, many eye spots are effective in startling or intimidating predators and can help to prevent or stop an attack. Now, looks like this is the right candidate because sentence C talks about eye spots, and in sentence B, once again, the keyword eye spot carries on with the discussion on eye spots. If you look at option 4, C, D, B, E, D says, however, recent work by zoologists indicates that this widely held hypothesis has no experimental support. Suddenly, a hypothesis is being talked about that has no link to what has been mentioned in either sentence A or sentence C. Therefore, C, D, B, E can be ruled out, and we know that C, B, E, D is the right answer to this question. If you just look at the other options and see in this particular sequence and see how they read, for the past 150 years, it has been assumed that this is because they mimic the eyes of the predator's own enemies, right? Once again, seems to be linking to a discussion of eye spots given in sentence B, and sentence D is obviously concluding the parajumble by saying, however, recent work by zoologists indicates that this widely held hypothesis has no experimental support.